Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about how to be happy. This is going to be a bit of a philosophical video, and there are going to be long pauses between my words so that you can actually understand the meaning behind my words, because this is how a real natural conversation would go. In real life, there aren't cuts between all these sighs and when I just take a breath. Bit of silence to prove a point. That's just a little example. I'm going to talk about what makes me happy personally, and this will somewhat differ from person to person. However, the main concept of this whole thing is, I believe this to be similar, if not the same, for every man at least. Because as a man, if you have no direction, you feel lost. You feel broken. And if you have no sense of direction right now, the way to find that is to obviously have a goal in mind. But it's hard to set a goal for yourself if you never really improved in your life so far. If you haven't really experienced what it is to be a man, to feel actually fulfilled and waking up actually wanting to see the sun, waking up to actually be happy to see the day. You really have to get your life together in order to feel fulfilled, and obviously there are different paths to happiness. As Arnold Schwarzenegger also said, there are different roads to happiness. A man can live a simple life, for example, as a farmer, throughout his whole life, and still feel fulfilled and happy. However, since you're here, obviously you don't see that as your road of happiness. If you're watching this video, obviously you're not happy with that simple life. You want something more. You want to bring something into the world. You want to leave something behind. You don't want to be forgotten once you're dead, once you're in the grave. You want to be remembered, to leave something behind. Make this world a better place and feel fulfilled because of that. Feel fulfilled because you made other people happy throughout your life. You're not watching this video because you're happy with a simple life. You're watching this video because you want something from life. We are very similar. I've been on this self-development journey for over a year and a half. I still have a long way to go. And I would even say that's a bad way to put it, because there is no end. There is no end to this self-development journey. You can always be better, and that just it just makes me calm. It's not like a video game where you max out your character and you're done. You're never done with life until your last breath. And even at your last breath, it is your thought process that decides whether your life was good or not. Your thought process makes you feel fulfilled. Your emotions, your brain. You live your whole life not in the external world, but in the world inside here. Your brain, when you see something, This mug. Are you sure this is here? Are you sure you're seeing this, or is it just your brain sending you signals? Literally just sending electricity pulses throughout some nerve system. You see that the way your brain processes it. My red, you might see this red as yellow or blue, but we could never know the difference because you see blue as my red. We can't prove that. We don't have to. You live your whole life inside your own brain. It's not the external world. That is your life. All your thoughts, all your emotions, even all your actions don't happen in the external world, but in your internal one. There is a saying that your external world reflects your inner world, and I totally agree with that. But the reason why this is important to self-development is because you have to understand that your mindset is what will decide whether you're going to be successful or not, whether you're going to be fulfilled in your last breaths. Are you going to regret everything, or are you going to be happy and actually pass away peacefully? You either suffer regret or you suffer discipline now. Later comes regret. If you don't suffer discipline right now, then you're going to suffer regret later on. You're going to suffer either way. So why not suffer now and feel fulfilled throughout the long term? Instead of consuming all day porn, video games, alcohol, drugs, instead of consuming all the time and feeling happy for a short period of time, but you wake up feeling very badly. You don't even want to wake up in the first place. When you go to bed, you're not even looking forward to the day tomorrow. You go to bed almost happy that you have an escape from the world. That is not healthy, and that is not good mental health. If I put it into words like this, then even you see that the average mental health of an average person in today's society is very bad. The average mental health is terrible. It is natural, and the good mental health is when you actually wake up wanting to wake up. You go to sleep actually waiting for tomorrow, not just because it's Christmas, but because you're happy to even live your life, to continue doing what you did today, because you have goals, you have a direction. You can't wait to take further steps. That matters a lot. Whether you want to wake up in the morning or not, and you decide whether you're going to change and want to wake up tomorrow or not. You decide. My words are only guidance. They're not a step-by-step tutorial, and just because you watch this, you're not going to have a good life. But I do believe that if you follow what I say, then you will inevitably live a good life and feel fulfilled. But not everything I say might be true to you. You can disagree. I would be happy if you disagreed. We are different. Two different brains. Genetics doesn't define happiness, confidence, fulfillment, discipline, loyalty, religion. I could keep going on. Genetics don't define that. Having bad genetics is a bad excuse, because what doesn't matter is the diameter of your bicep. That doesn't matter as much as what you feel inside, how fulfilled and how grateful you are for having a healthy body. Compared to the people that don't, who weren't as fortunate, who didn't get a healthy body when they were born. Be grateful for your body. Start gratitude journaling. Every morning you grab a book, well, not a book, a notebook. Just write down what you're grateful for. This is a very easy one to do. It changes you a lot. Every morning you will actually wake up being grateful. It can even bring you to tears sometimes. This is an important step towards your growth and your achievements, your success, your journey. Gratitude journaling. You have to learn to be grateful. Wake up and be grateful for having a healthy body, for having shelter, a roof above your head, having food, having loved ones, friends. What you achieved so far. There's so many things to be grateful about. Because not everyone has those things. And you really have to learn to be grateful in order to be happy, in order to be fulfilled. Gratitude journaling, do it. Working out also contributes to my happiness, at least, and probably does to yours as well, because it gives me a sense of fulfillment, and I feel like I did something good today, at least for myself, because I'm living my life. I'm not living someone else's life. I don't always have to make someone else's life better, but in order to make someone else's life better, I have to make my life good as well. I have to be fulfilled. And once I am fulfilled, once I have achieved many things, I can start helping others. But I can't help others if I'm broken, if I'm lost. You can't help others if you're broken. How can a homeless guy, for example, well, even a homeless guy can technically help others by giving advice and stuff. But how can a rich guy? No, I'm not going to talk about examples right now. But there's this metaphor that I've heard someone else say. That there's a cup, and the cup has water in it, and that water defines how much you've achieved. So here's a cup, you pour water in it, it becomes more and more full. And if you barely have water inside the cup, you can't give others, even if they're empty, you can't give them a lot. You can only give how much you have. However, if you if you're selfish in a way, because you, instead of always writing back to others and scrolling on social media and everything, you focus on your own goals and you actually work out, you meditate, you gratitude journal, you focus on yourself. You start to make your cup more and more full, and once it's full, and you keep adding to it, it starts pouring out, and that's the point where you can help others. You can give so much more, and you can help others so much more like that. You have to be selfish in order to be selfless. You have to be selfish. This is another thought. You have to be selfish in order to help others. To a certain extent, of course. I'm not saying become a millionaire and just because you buy yachts for yourself, and because you're with beautiful women, you don't make a random guy's life better on the other side of the world. But for example, if this channel actually gets blowed up and it becomes a success, more people will hear my words, and my honest words of actually trying to help people, trying to make the society a better one. If my words are worth something and people hear it, I hope we can make their life better. And I can. It can happen. My words will be heard. More people will be impacted. More people will be happier. It doesn't have to be exactly me. There are other self-development YouTubers as well. And I just really like this movement of masculinity returning, because obviously that is a problem as well in this modern world, the lack of masculinity, because toxic masculinity is not masculinity. I almost dropped a knife, that's why I made that face. Masculinity is not about dominating others and taking from the weak, making the weak feel weak. Masculinity is more about protecting your loved ones, protecting the weak, so that they are not attacked by the strong. Because you're the strong one that defends the weak one, so that the weak one doesn't get attacked by another strong one. The other strong one attacking, that is toxic masculinity, yes. But if you're protecting, you have to be strong, become strong in order to protect. If you're skinny as hell and your wife gets attacked by this buff dude, you are not going to be able to protect your wife. He can literally 1v2 and just kill you both with his fists. You have to be strong. This is just an example. You don't have to take this too hard, and you don't have to become offended. And if you are offended by these, you don't have to watch this video. You didn't even have to click this video in the first place. If your complaints would be worth something, to me at least, your opinions would be worth something if you were forced to watch this video, but you were not forced to watch this video. I did not force you to click on this. So I am not forced to read and accept your opinion. But think about lions, okay? If there's a skinny lion and his tribe gets attacked, or his family gets attacked by a strong lion, he's not going to be able to protect his family, and his family will die. That lion has to become a strong lion, so that if another strong lion comes, he's able to protect. Obviously, he's not going to be able to protect 100% of the time, and that's where some people's dumb opinions come in, where it's just like, oh, he might die still, so what was the whole thing? What was it worth, right? You're dumb. You're dumb. There's a much higher chance of protecting your family if you are strong as well. And you don't have to be physically strong, okay? This is just my example, but this also represents mentally being strong. Being mentally strong in order to be financially stable, so that your son or daughter can go to university, so that they can get food on the table. It's very important for you to be strong both physically and mentally as a man. This is what I believe. You may have different opinions, but if you care about my opinion, or you would just like listening to my opinion, this is my honest opinion. I believe you should be strong both mentally and physically. Be able to handle stress, to handle problems in life, because you will encounter them. Once you're strong enough, you'll be able to become grateful and fulfilled. And fulfillment and gratefulness is basically the two building blocks of happiness. This happiness is obviously a very broad thing, but those two things really contribute to that. So learn to be grateful and take actions so that you can become fulfilled. Take care of both of your mental and physical health, and I'm sure you will see improvements. I hope I left a positive message and that you can learn from this. Keep going on your self-development journey. Do not give up. You will not regret continuing on this journey. You will not regret it. Your future self does not care about your past self's emotions. If you don't feel like going out to the gym, and you don't go to the gym, your future self is going to regret that. But if you don't feel like going to the gym and you still go to the gym, then your future self will look back and he will not care whether you felt like it or not. He is happy that you went to the gym because that is what matters. So take actions, become fulfilled, and become happy. I welcome you in the community if you're new. I make self-development YouTube videos, and I try to leave a positive message in this world and make it a better one to make others happy. Good luck on your road to gratefulness and fulfillment. Peace.